Well, good morning. Welcome to this beautiful day. You're joining us at 13th Street Gallery. I didn't even know there was an art gallery here. I thought it was just a winery, Paige.
I know, it feels pretty new, to be honest. Still,
It's not, though.
No, that's correct.
2019?
2019 it opened, right before everything kind of went a little sideways. So in that sense, it does feel new because people are starting to feel more comfortable going out. But yeah, it's been fantastic. I've been here a year and a half as the assistant director, and we are right now currently, I'll just explain, we're walking through the sculpture garden here at the gallery.
It's gorgeous. This is so neat.
And a perfect day to go with that because it's really nice how you can walk through the cut grass that they kind of trimmed out for people to perhaps have a glass of wine from 13th Street Winery and
Of
walk.
course. It seems very luxurious to be able to walk through the sculpture garden, have a glass of wine, and take a look at some magnificent works of art. Now, I understand that you can do a self-guided tour.
That's correct. We have signs displayed by each piece, and there's a QR code, and if you take your phone and scan it with the camera app, you can pull up description about the art, about the artist, the materials that was used, a little bit of history, so that it's nice for people to just wander through and get that experience.
Now, once you've kind of wandered, you see them. You know you can touch them. You have to be careful, obviously, but if they're in a space that you can kind of show and tell a little bit.
Yeah, people can definitely touch them. Some of them are obviously more delicate than others, but at the same time, they're indestructible. They're made, these particular ones that
they're made to be outside.
Are made of aluminum, so they are definitely indestructible. In fact, the artist Henry Sachs created these to be manipulated by the person who owns it, so he could actually change them. They're interchangeable. As you lift them, they shift. So it's really cool that they can do that. Makes it basically your own form of art.
Yeah, it's cool.
Display it.
Now, speaking of name change, I understand that you guys are going to be going through one.
That is correct. Yeah, coming up in a couple of weeks, we're going from 13th Street Gallery to Mann Gallery.
Okay.
And that's named after the director and owner, John Mann.
And as his assistant director, you must have to do a lot of the heavy lifting.
That's correct, yeah. Well, it's, you know, we're shifting the website, and so it'll be mangallery.ca, and we're going to have basically a new...
A new but old.
That's correct, yeah. New but old way of displaying, and but with a new logo.
Very cool.
And it's fantastic because the A in the logo, as you'll see in the coming future, is going to display on a bit of an angle, which kind of replicates a sculpture.
That's
how we
cool.
perceived it, so yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful space to immerse yourself in, check out some of the art, and coming up, we're going to be taking a look inside the gallery. We're going to meet a few more of the artists, and we're going to see a few demonstrations, so there is a lot more. Stay with us on Morning Live. Well, you're joining us back at 13th Street Gallery, and Jeff Farnsworth is showing us a little bit of a technique. He's one of the artists here that is represented at the gallery. What are you doing there, Jeff?
So here it's some of the time when the painting is dry and it's mid-stage, I'll go in, and a lot of the time it's working with opacity and opaque paint, but some of the time what I'll do is I'll come in, and you can see I've mixed up a thin, if you get a transparent color, in this case an ultramarine blue, and a little bit of medium, you can start applying it and you can see right through it. So say I wanted to start to change the color. I mean, I'm fighting orange with blue, so you could gray it out.
But you can still see the difference.
You can see the difference, and where I might get into darkening an area. Let's say over here, they're so close in value, and I wanted to start to darken the arm or that sort of thing. I can start to get more of an edge here.
Oh, that's cool.
But you can always manipulate it too. Usually I'd have a rag, I just have paper towel here, so you can be putting it down and wiping it out a little, or using the brush and that kind of thing. And so then I can start to build up other layers and an edge, even kind of wiping it out.
Wow, art is
the
so,
brush.
to watch you do it, it just looks so simple, but then to see some of your works of art, I'm thinking, I couldn't do something like that in a million years. But it's gorgeous. It's so abstract.
Thanks very much. Yeah, it's a real mix of abstraction and figuration. So I'll get working with reference material, often friends or people in my life, objects, and I'll start to build up that way, looking at maybe printed out photographs, working out of my head a lot, and then working from life. And yeah, my training was starting off from working from the model at the Art Students League in New York, and after a while, I just wanted to spread out more.
Yeah.
And because I was a foreign student, I had to keep signing into the school, and I wanted really to paint my own. But I went down to the abstract classes to have more room and do my own thing. And I really went down just to spread out and have more room.
I just need to stay at the school because I'm from out of country.
Yeah, that was exactly it. But then it sort of really worked.
I kind of like this. That's great. And all of your works are, well, quite a few of your works are displayed here.
Yeah, I've got like, I think 32 or 35 paintings in here now.
So these are all yours in here?
There's a mix. Kyle Clements and I are showing together. And so we are both within that realm of figurative abstract.
Right.
And so, yeah, we have sections of my work here that are offset really nicely with Kyle Clements.
Okay, so that's Kyle over there.
Yeah, so some of Kyle's work in here. Wow. And then more of mine. Such a beautiful space to hang, 6,000 square feet. Yeah.
I mean, the lighting in here is gorgeous. It is set up perfectly. John Mann knew exactly what he was doing when he opened this up.
Yeah. And he's been collecting Canadian art and abstract artists for 60 years. So wonderful to kind of get a foothold in here and be able to show in such a beautiful space.
Wow, and there's an artist talk that's coming up.
Yeah, there's an artist talk on October 5th.
Okay.
And that's in the gallery, and that'll be with Dr. Lauren Corman, who's an associate professor of sociology at Brock University. Okay. And yeah, our kind of meeting point was she's working on a book entitled Zoonosis, which is it's focused on animals and COVID and how it affected animals.
Oh, interesting.
And so I'll be illustrating 26, it's a bestiary.
Oh, cool.
And so, yeah, I'll be working on 26 original pieces of art for that.
Oh, wow.
And she's working in collaboration with Dr. Chloe Taylor. And so, yeah, excited about that. And that's at the gallery.
And if people want to get more information on that, they can just go to the website?
Yeah, and they should sign up, so just email and sign up for a seat. It's a free event.
Easy as that.
Could be a lot of room, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll put all that information on our website, but don't go anywhere because we're going to meet another artist who works with some really cool stuff. All of that coming up, but for now, sending things back inside the studio. Up and coming emerging artist, Alex Chorney joining me now, and congratulations. I mean, this is a big deal for you, signing with such prestigious art gallery. 13th Street Gallery is where you find us, a recent graduate from Brock University just this summer, and you have your own little corner in the gallery.
Absolutely, yeah, it's been a wonderful experience. I just had a huge show this summer here right after graduating, and the experience has been kind of mind-blowing. I've met interesting people, and I've had an opportunity to show my ideas and my work, and it's been a phenomenal experience so far.
And rub elbows with, guys who've been doing it for decades. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very much so. And actually the gallery was really instrumental in helping us graduate students at Brock University with the closure of Rodman Hall, which used to be the previous exhibition space for all of us grad students. They very graciously opened up their gorgeous gallery to all of us students to show our work, and that's where I was discovered, and I was signed with the gallery, and it's been a very humbling and wonderful experience so far. I've really enjoyed it,
Now, your art's very interesting. What is this?
So this is my magnetic series. I actually have a bit of a background in sciences and art. I first studied accounting and finance, then I went into medicine, and then I graduated in fine art from Brock University.
Your poor parents must have just been like, what is going on with this kid?
Yeah, it's been about like a decade of school and university, but it's been wonderful. And there's been a really cool cross-pollination of ideas between seemingly totally different disciplines.
Totally.
But all of this actually, the whole kind of inspiration from my magnet work came from when I was like 7 years old. I had an amazing teacher in elementary school, and you know those little educational kits with the magnets and iron filings that kids play with?
And you could like pull things up and down,
It was like the first time in my life that I could see see and touch and feel something that was invisible, and it was inspiring, and it made me question everything and want to understand how science works and magnetism.
Well, now you have to show us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Time for a little demonstration.
So I'll give a little demonstration on my magnetic drawings.
Okay.
This is actually the texture of when they're finished. You can touch it and break it. It's almost like sandpapery.
Oh, yeah.
And it's spiky, but it's also, it looks kind of soft or feathery, but it's a
Yeah,
little
but it's
bit
not.
aggressive.
It is aggressive.
And the process of how it works is if you want to grab a little magnet and slide it underneath,
Okay.
you can make really cool and interesting shapes.
Oh my gosh, I totally did not think that was going
Like
to
it
happen.
almost looks fur-like. You can create sort of little sculptures. They're almost like they're eating the kind of magnetism. Isn't that fun?
That is so cool. And this is just like a paint.
Actually,
Well,
this
what is
is
it?
this is iron powder.
Iron powder.
So
oh
this
yeah, it sticks
is
to my thing.
Yeah,
my
so
magnet.
this is what I use to sort of make my magnetic drawings, and on a larger scale, I go ahead and make the large kind of sculptures. And so they can be big. The largest one I made was about 8 feet long and it weighs
Whoa.
about 200 pounds. So they're
Is that hanging in
big
your living
beasts.
room at home?
It's actually still at the gallery here in storage. It was exhibited at my last show.
This is super cool.
But yeah, like when I was a kid, like I was so blown away by this. Like it felt like magic or alchemy,
is
or like it
kinda
was
like
something
magic.
living. And I hope that when other people see it, it inspires them to look for hidden beauty in their life and
Totally.
to find the magic that's hidden behind the scenes in whatever it is they do every day.
Okay, well, we're going to be talking to Jeff. We're coming up with him in just a few moments, but I am going to continue doing some art because this is like the neatest thing ever.
And if you want to do a larger piece, I can dump a huge clump of it over here.
Yeah.
And it actually is magnetic, and it goes through skin, it goes through anything. Do you want to have a go?
Yeah, it goes through skin. Okay, there's a lot more coming up on Morning Live. You don't want to miss it. Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so neat. Back now with Paige Armstrong, and before we get to the details of the Expression project, because this is actually really, really cool, tell me a little bit more about the gallery.
Well, the gallery consists of artwork that's contemporary abstract artwork, dating back to 75 years, actually,
Really?
of Canadian artwork. Yeah, so the director and owner, John Mann, he's been collecting for over 60 years.
Wow.
And has over 300 pieces in his personal collection. So he built this to more or less liquidate a lot of that collection.
Yes, he needed somewhere to put it.
That's correct, yes. So in doing so, we change our exhibition every 4 weeks, actually. So we keep it rotating pretty fast.
Wow.
And it's good to check out our website to find out who's coming. We have a mailing list on the website.
Oh, that's cool.
So people can find out who's coming up next. And some of the pieces that we showcase are from his collection, and a lot of them are also new pieces from some of the artists that we represent.
I love that. And we met a couple of those artists throughout the day today, and they did some pretty cool stuff. Okay, the Expression project. A portion of all the sales go to the project that provides scholarships to students at Brock University.
That's correct, yes.
Wow.
And we've just recently partnered with University of Ottawa and also with OCAD. We're with them as well for a scholarship. So when these particular wines from the series, whether it be the bottle or the can, proceeds go to those to a scholarship for one of the students that's decided.
Now, these are all 13th Street Winery
Yes.
wines. So they're all delicious.
Of course.
Throw that out there too, because I've tried them, all of them, not all of them, but most of them. And artists, it's hard to become an artist. Being an artist is not an easy thing because it is so subjective.
Definitely. And I've had firsthand, I was actually in Ottawa in April, and I was able to present the recipient with the scholarship award.
that's
and
so great.
To see the emotion on the student's face, and
Yeah.
it was fantastic. So definitely everything that we can do to help emerging artists here it's welcome, it's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we spoke to Alex, and he's of course one of the new artists here,
Oh, he's
and
fantastic.
it's great to see it all kind of come to through fruition. Which wine are we going to be trying?
Let's have a glass of red.
Okay. Twist my arm.
I know, let's support the artists coming up.
Yeah, I think it's great. So now it's awarded to a second-year student in the Visual Arts Department, and at OCAD, it's awarded to a third or fourth-year student in the Sculpture Installation Program. So it's got different, depending on where you're going, it'll go towards different things.
Exactly.
in terms of your
OCAD,
schooling.
it's a scholarship for a sculpture
Right.
student. And
Brock's
it's
Visual
definitely
Arts.
can change.
All right, well, you can get more information on the Expression Project on our website, 13thstreetwinery.com. It has been such a pleasure being here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emily. Nice
Take
to
care.
meet you.
Cheers.
Cheers.